Well, shalom, my Israeli brethren, both native-born and transplanted, adopted, one under the covenant of the blood of Yeshua, Jesus. And in this fifth tutorial on THC, remember that. Cannabis leaves have 5 parts. And this is the 5th part of an educational start. Hopefully that people will come out of the dark ages and come out of the caverns and quit letting their ignorance guide their thoughts. And let's all learn about this stuff together and quit being afraid of it, because it's actually there to help us. Some plants are there actually to help us. And this is olive oil. You get that from olives. And it's Mediterranean. And the paranoia about medical marijuana, listen, I've talked to police about marijuana, and they're all mixed up. They say, oh, it came from the Mexicans. Well, where did the Mexicans get it? Guess what? Let's go to Spain. Where did the Spanish get it? Well, guess what? Let's move across the globe. And as we travel across the globe, we see trade routes. And so Spain got it from somewhere before they learned to grow it themselves. And I guess they got it in the Middle East, and it's not illegal in the Middle East. It's not illegal in a lot of the places on the planet. It's only the United States government that seems to be all up in weirdness about this. And so I'm not going to say that that's necessarily an enemy. I'm just going to say that the states are beginning to come out of the dark ages, and I think the feds ought to as well. There's going to be a comprehensive reformation of the marijuana laws by the time I'm done. The lawsuits are going to be generated as the basis of the have-not states and the have states and the have-not states. It's inherently unfair for an oncology patient who is in pain in a state that's a have-not state to have to cross into a have state, become registered, and obtain his highly classified drugs and paraphernalia. He travels back across the state line and immediately becomes a criminal again, because they don't have tolerance in their state law for the least of these, the afflicted, the lame, the oncology patients, those with sciatica, those with migraines. And medical science is leading the charge to normalize some of this ignorance, and I thank God that there are compassionate doctors out there. They prescribe medical marijuana, and it's cannabis. It's a medical catalyst, and what it does is it allows, you're supposed to take enough of it that the pain in your body lifts, and then you relax, you're able to go to sleep. And then you get a nice, peaceful night of sleep, and you wake up the next morning and maybe you're hungry. Well, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to give you a quick lesson in cooking with olive oil. And what you do is you take this and you bring it up, you put some in a saucepan, and you start to heat it. And you don't get it to the point of smoking, but you want it warm. And then you put some of this in the saucepan, and you let the heated oil, you stir this around like you would saute an onion. Put garlic in it if you want to, and you could just fry a couple of eggs or a steak. I'm already getting hungry just talking about this. Or French toast. Not with garlic, of course, but you get the idea. You can also heat a quantity of this. Maybe this amount is about 4 ounces. And just heat this alone in a saucepan. And then, once it's hot, you again put in maybe that much to that much. And you just let that pulverized green cook for about saute for about 10 minutes. Well, not saute, but stay warm for 10 minutes or so. And then you cool that basic oil. And then you set that aside. And then if you make popcorn, you use that oil to make your popcorn instead. And that oil has the THC in it. And if the popcorn, you pop it, and if it's still a little dry, you pour a little more of that oil with it. And that is Pop Secret's secret ingredient. I'm Pop, That's a secret. Don't tell anyone, okay? Shalom. Enjoy experimenting in the kitchen.